Victor O was the entry level phonograph. Okay, let's see. But this motor using the wrong spring. So for this motor I need this spring. That's why I'll try my best to show you how we substitute springs. The spring like that. And then what you do, you do it like this. And of course use gloves. So you'll wash your hands for several days after that. And I'm going to the office tomorrow, so I cannot go to the office with my hands all black, right? Be careful at the very last step. There is a hook here that could be easily broken. And we have to note in which direction it was placed in the barrel, because sometimes it's a clockwise or sometimes it's the opposite. So now I'm going to take this spring off. Why this spring is much better? Because this spring is longer. So I just compared both, and this spring is much longer than that one. So similar to that one, you start taking it away like this, and here we go. And now we will insert it into this barrel like that. Okay, watch this. There is a clip on the inside of the barrel that yep, you see. So, and now we go like this. We are almost there. We go like that, we go like that. So just put this thing in the middle. Long spring in the barrel. So we're going to take off our gloves now because the dirty work is over. Oh my god, look at my hands. So I have to wash them now with the soap very quickly. And then I'll put this barrel back in a minute. So let me explain you something. What we just did, we substituted the shorter spring with a longer spring. The longer the spring, the less power it will have on the motor. And if the motor is designed for that power, it will spin the record much longer. If you will crank it up to the fullest, and if your spring is longer, then it will provide a longer time of playing the record. I think a spring motor, if it's been built well, it may sustain 8 minutes. It may keep up with 8 minutes, and this one will keep up with 4. This will be an awesome motor, guys. Although it doesn't look that serious, it does everything what is required, and construction is extremely simple. This is crank. So when I wind it up, it goes much easier than before. Let's do the final cleaning. And this guy is ready to go. We're going to insert it into the phonograph case. Phonograph. The serial number on that one is 15,060. Also beside this number there is a letter E. Letter E means it has been produced in 1915. Nobody guarantees really that this tag is not coming from another machine. If someone previously found a replacement for this tag, then but they were making this type of phonographs in New Jersey from 1908 to 1920. How many of these have been made? No one knows. This was the low-end model, and this was the phonograph that would be purchased for kids and for adults. So then most of these machines have been played a lot because youngsters were playing records more often. That's what my assumption is. And also because it was a low end, oh my god, guys, I have to tell you, this spring is much better than the one before, because that spring was much tighter. The replacement was worth it for sure. And look how it works. All you have to do is to push this thing a little bit more, and then the motor starts speeding up. You just need to push it a little bit and you see how the speed is changing. I'm attaching this bottom here. There are two notices. One notice is about the machine, model O machine. This tag also says that this machine cannot be sold less than $17.50. What this means? $17.50 on the market, and that means that it was quite a budget model. Okay, here we go. I'm cranking it up. It goes very easy. It was worth it. The replacement of the spring was worth it because it now will support the longer playing time from the one single crank up, and also it will put a little less pressure to the parts, so the parts will serve much longer as well. This spring is correct to this type of a machine. In my next post I will install the platter. I'll put the record on. I will attach the bracket with the arm and the sound box and everything, and the horn. As I said, it was designed for kids. It was a budget model, and many kids were ruining these phonographs. I think it were probably 100,000 that have been made over a decade, from 1908 till 1920. But how many of them have left today, I cannot tell for sure, because I don't see them too often. If you go on the internet, you will try to search for the Victor O, you will not find too many posts on them. So next step, I will be restoring this case to its original color. This case is made of ash. Ash is not so expensive wood. Much more expensive wood is the redwood, right? But ash in its structure reminds a little bit redwood. So what they were doing, they were painting the redwood in the dark cherry red. And these models, they were also coloring them in the same color, and there was an impression that they are made of the redwood. Okay, in my next post I will play a record for you on this machine.